me. So
was there a point where you felt like, I've got this, my shot's back?
Yeah, I think really the whole time I kept the same mental approach, just trying to tell myself, like, don't stop shooting, keep being aggressive, keep taking the shots that you can make, and eventually it all comes together like it did. So I'm excited to kind of start this year with that same mindset and even more from an already starting point. So
I think it was the Murray State game where you came back out and were just shooting shots. What led to that? What was the mindset behind that?
Yeah, like I said, just you got to forget about the last play and go on to the next. And I think definitely for, this team to be successful, I need to shoot the ball. And I think for me, I'm so competitive and want to win. And, that's something that, Coach Elsie and all the coaches feed into me. Is like, we need to do this for our team to win. So I think for me, when I put that together and, take the open shots and everything that you need to do and get your teammates open shots, continue to do all the little things that help the team win, and I'll do those things. So.
I saw the picture they tweeted out with you and Mimi and Brooklyn with your Miss Basketball. You guys have a secret handshake?
We don't have a secret handshake, but it's definitely fun. We got a little Miss Kentucky insider thing going on. We were planning to bring our trophies and the rings or whatever, which is fun. So it's definitely neat to be here at the University of Kentucky, rep our home state. So.
There were times last year where it was kind of just you and Robin just going out there getting buckets, right? When offense was struggling, just keeping you guys in games. With her gone, are you kind of embracing that, kind of what she did, end of shot clock, just got to go out there and get a bucket?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, I think a lot of times what the team needs is me to go out there and just get a bucket. So I definitely embrace that more. And I think a lot of it for me is more of the mental approach, knowing that, hey, this is what the team needs from you. And sometimes this shot is going to be a better shot than this one because you need to shoot this one here. So I think going into this season, that's definitely more of my mindset.
Coach Elsie talked a lot about chemistry levels in their press conference. Just how have you seen the difference from last year's team compared to this when it comes to togetherness, synergy, things like that?
A huge difference. I talked with Coach Elsie about this. This is probably the closest knit team that I've been on since my high school team. And, we won some games in Rupp, my high school, and won a state championship. I think that really is a huge part, especially in college when everybody's so talented, gelling off the court, being able to trust each other on the court, it translates. So I'm really excited to get out there with these girls.
Is it just having more play or more continuity from year over year that helps that chemistry build, or kind of what's the difference, do you think?
I think, honestly, the hardship that we went through last year really brought us together. There was a lot of tears and anger that everybody you have to deal with, when winning cures all. You don't really got to deal with anything when everyone's winning. So I think we really learned a lot of hard lessons, and because of that, coming in this year, we were a whole different mindset, and we will not be where we were last year. We won't be there, and that's all of our mindsets.
So whose idea was the wigs then?
I can't remember whose idea it was, honestly, but it wasn't mine. It was one of the girls, and everybody obviously hopped on. We all loved it, wanted to do it. So
it seemed like Coach was into it too.
Yeah. That was, she didn't know, so that was a surprise for her. So yeah, that was fun.
Are you the only double-figure scorer back on this team? Are you expecting to get a lot of defense, sort of be the focus of opposing defenses?
Oh yeah, for sure. I've definitely talked about that with Coach Elsie and my position coaches, just about, we're going to have to be creative this year with scoring options, and, I'm ready for it. I'm excited for that, I feel like I'm pretty good at making certain reads. I know how to, if I have the open shot and, if, they have to play a certain way on me, I'm going to know where the open person is too. So I'm excited for this year for that.
So how is this team going to score?
A lot of it, we want to get up and down. That is our biggest thing. We have so many athletes on this team. We want to push and push and push. We want to hang our hats on the defensive end, which is what Coach Elsie says, get steals, force turnovers, get transition points, a lot of that. And we're a smaller team this year, but I think with Petty's presence on the inside, she's such a versatile post player. She can get up and down the floor like no other post I've played with ever. So it just really helps our team. I think we have a really good positionless basketball, really. We all can play and get up the floor, so I'm really excited about that.
Speaking of Asia, how have you seen her progression this offseason? She's kind of been the talk of the offseason, it seems.
Yeah, she's done amazing. Just her mindset switch, and I know everyone's been saying that about her, just her mindset coming in has been so different, but it really has. Just her approach to the hard work, from last year to this year, and the last summer to this summer is completely different, and you can see that in the results of her like I said, she can get up and down the floor. She can get up and down the floor because she's pushing and conditioning workouts at 6 a.m. And, it shows, and that translates to the court and in-game plays. And she's getting those, transition layups because she's running the floor, so.
Where have you seen your off-season improvement? Where is that going to translate this season, do you think?
Definitely just being a lot more aggressive. I think for me, if I have any little bit of room, I'm going to shoot that ball, especially if I'm out there, because I always have the confidence it's going in every time, so it's more fun for me when I have that mindset and people have to get up on me, then I can go by, and then I just have many options. That's my favorite thing, having options to pass, get an assist, or even just shoot a pull-up, anything like that. So
I felt like last year it took you a little bit to get to that aggressive mode. Is that now being in year 2, is it just going to be easier, you think, or is it also just the mindset of wanting to do that more?
Yeah, like I said in the beginning, I think it was, coming from Oregon, I was younger, a little bit of a different role for me. So really just growing into that position, but definitely I think coming into this year, it'll be a little bit of, the head start, just knowing what I know now and coming in with that mindset of, not, letting anything get to me in the beginning, but to keep playing my game, I think will really help. So,
Maddie, I think in Kentucky history there have been 3 triple-doubles. Are you going to give us the 4th?
That's the goal. That is definitely the goal. Getting a triple-double is definitely on my list. So hopefully I get that this year. Yep.
As one of the returners on the team, how have you worked on your leadership skills in the offseason? How confident are you in that?
Definitely one of the things I've been buying into is always talking to everybody on the team, for all of our players, trying to hang out with them, be intentional, spend time with them, because one of the key aspects of leadership is just building that trust and foundation with your teammates. So I've been doing a lot of hanging out with younger girls and staying out late for them, driving around because I got the car and everything like that. So that would probably be my main thing of leadership roles. So
what were the conversations like with LZ kind of right when the season ended and you all were just gearing up for this coming season here? Were there any tough conversations, anything hard you all needed to talk about or anything like that?
Obviously it was, a tough year, and, talking about it is tough, but, the mindset is it's a whole new year. The whole league changes. Our whole team pretty much changed, so it's going to be different. And, kind of just thinking about, okay, wipe the slate clean and what can we do next year to be better? That was all of our talks in the off season. It was, all right, who are we going to get to fill this role? What are we going to do here? And, that we did a lot of those conversations, in the off season. So, but I think we really got some good pieces, and I'm really excited about this team.
So it sounds like she asked for your input for some of the moves as well?
Yeah, I think being the person I am too, I reached out to her a lot about, our team, because I just want to win so bad, and she was obviously very, wanted to hear what I had to say too, of course, so.
Coach said it is easier to manage a smaller team. What do you think some of the pros are for that as well, in addition to just being able to manage it?
Yeah, I think, like I've said before, the continuity that a team can have when it's less girls is really important, just because having that chemistry off the floor is super important that I think gets lost a lot of the time. I think especially with this team, so many of us were new last year, which I think made it a little bit hard to come together a little bit more, which then made our on the floor chemistry a little bit more difficult. But this team, I think I said it before, is the closest team I've been on since a high school team for me. So I'm really excited to see how that translates, because we really trust each other. We can get on each other, hold each other accountable, and there's an expectation that we have for each other, and that carries over to the floor and even off the floor. So,
like I said last year,